Hey, it's Justin. I'm shooting a video over here at Lindsay's place, and I wanted to get a review of the Spirit movie before it leaves theaters. Essentially, I was planning on doing something a little elaborate, but I just couldn't get the schedule right with Lindsay and the weather. We had a nice opportunity a few days ago, but it was fucking freezing. So you know what? Forget it. We'll just do a review. And Servo is here with me. And let's see, hope you had a good New Year's, by the way. And I want to thank all my subscribers for jumping on and commenting and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys, and look forward to more videos coming up this year. Matter of fact, I'll have more comic book reviews. I have more stuff coming up about my novel and other projects I'm doing personally, so I'll let you know. And I also have a planned interview with the founders of Phantasmo, which is a movie cult club locally here in Virginia. I'll talk more about that in upcoming months. But first off, why I'm here is the Spirit review. Lindsay and I watched this Christmas Day, actually. I have a tradition of watching movies on Christmas, and well, this is what happened. Essentially, Frank Miller got I don't know, he got the go-ahead to do it after successfully co-directing Sin City, which, to be honest, was probably more Rodriguez's directing, really. What we have here is a film. Well, let me start off with general thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about it, because I'm a huge Miller fan, grew up just worshiping his work, and I noticed some problems with his work in the last few years, and it's been getting more and more obvious, let's just say that. And I'm not going to beat him up like some people online, or just like, totally unforgiving. It's like, you know, oh yeah, forget all that brilliant work he did. You know, this last thing he did totally sucked, so fuck him. No, you know, I don't play that way. But this is what we got. The Spirit movie, first off, looks beautiful. Every frame of this movie is just stunning, and it's very obvious that an artist directed the movie. I mean, every shot is just visibly just perfect to look at, and it's just really beautiful. And to be honest, I could probably even recommend seeing this movie just based on the visuals, actually. And a lot of times it does look like a Frank Miller comic on the big screen with people moving and stuff like that. And especially his more recent work, actually. The performances are actually pretty good. Gabriel Macht, playing Spirit himself. Eva Mendes is actually a lot better than I expected. I've never really thought of her much as a good actress, but it was okay with this material. Scarlett Johansson I loved, actually, to be honest, quite a lot, and I love to see her play a villain in another movie. I think she was just terrific. Samuel Jackson, I think I'm ready to declare a movie rule. It's the Samuel Jackson kooky costume rule. If he's in an odd costume in the movie, you might be in for a tough time. There was another movie, I can't remember what it was called, he did where he was in a kilt or something like that. Flaking on the name, but it was a terrible movie. Every time he's in an odd costume, get ready for some not quality. But he does look great. Matter of fact, seeing him in a Nazi costume, for some reason, is hysterical. And he really sells it. And let's get to that. The Octopus has been a character Will Eisner created to be probably his main scariest arch nemesis, who is never seen, and is part of the allure, and he has a huge network that just goes out everywhere. I'm not sure why Miller chose to have the Octopus seen on camera. Maybe so you could get a big name to get in crazy costumes and sell it. I don't know if it was his idea or not. Might have been the studio pushing for that, so he could get away with other crazy stuff he was doing. I don't know. But I could see why he did some of the things he did with that character, but I'm not too sure if it was all necessary and if it really worked, to be honest. Matter of fact, his character doesn't seem like he has a huge network. He just has like a bunch of clones that just hang around him that are dumber than George Bush. I mean, they're just... And, you know, it's like Luthor in the first Superman movie. He's just got, you know, this brilliant guy has like 2 people helping. And essentially that's what you get in this movie, except he can clone the dumb guy more and more and more. And the humor does work in part. It's an odd film because, okay, let me just say off, it's not a good film. I won't even try to apologize for it. It's not a good film, and it's in a bad movie. I'd compare it to Hudson Hawk, because when I remember watching Hudson Hawk for the first time in theaters too, I laughed a lot, and I wasn't bored, and I wasn't frustrated with the movie. But when I walked out, I thought, wow, that wasn't a good movie. How did that happen? I mean, that it didn't seem to be bad in the traditional ways, and that seems to be the way with this film. It's it's movie junk food, really, and the movie is unapologetically dumb. And actually, let me explain that further. Let me unpack that. Miller uses a lot of things in this movie that he's used all throughout his career, even in his most brilliant stuff, and Dark Knight Returns, and his Daredevil stuff, and Year One even, and in some of his bad stuff. And the thing is, he had really intricate plots and really smart character studies going on in the stories that you kind of overlooked it, or you just accepted as the full package, like, oh, here's some fun dumb stuff along with, you know, the serious stuff. And I've seen him lately with All-Star Batman and Robin, and his Dark Knight Returns sequel, Dark Knight Strikes Back, which is terrible. He's forgot to put all that cool, smart stuff in, and he just has the sort of jokey film noir kind of stuff that's been in his books lately. And if you've read the Batman All-Star series, that's pretty much what he's done with the Spirit movie. It feels a lot like that. And as a total product, it just doesn't really come together all the way. And I was kind of rooting for this movie. I've been rooting for Frank Miller for a couple of years now, since I've noticed this shift in his work. And I don't know what he's doing. And I just wish it was a better film. And I will say, just sum up, you know, the performances are pretty good. The humor is pretty good, and it's just not, you know, the Spirit wasn't a serious character. It wasn't the Punisher. I mean, you know, if you've ever read any of the Will Eisner stuff, it's kind of a jokey hero book anyway, with you know, a little bit of film noir, a little bit of seriousness here. But it was more clever than this movie came out, and I don't know. It's not a smart movie, but it's because it wants to be dumb. It's not like Michael Bay dumb, where I can't think of anything smarter, so here we go. This one's like, I think it's funny that it's dumb, and that's what we're doing. And I think that's, you know, pretty much what he's been doing lately with his work, and I hope his next couple of projects, I don't know, just proves to us that, you know, he really is Frank Miller still. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to give the movie 3 Ram chips. 2 Ram chips. 2.5 Ram chips. Anyway, you take care, and I'll see you later this year.